quisiera abarcar el libro de Alabaster Girl. Es un libro en el cual habla sobre no solo la comunicación, habla sobre el tema de cómo relacionarse entre la vida, entre las mujeres, pero más que todo, en tus libros a menudo enfatizas la importancia de la autenticidad. ¿Cómo puedes aplicar este concepto en la vida cotidiana y las interacciones sociales?
And I know Jhon says a lot. First, he welcomes you to the channel, and let's talk about the book The Alabaster Girl.
Yes.
Your books, you usually emphasize in the importance of the authenticity, but how can we or you apply that concept on the daily lives, on the daily basis, and in the social interaction?
Well, everybody thinks we have to have some kind of magical thing memorized to say or something cool to say. I'm very much about simplicity. Like the authenticity you talk about is the idea that we just to speak simple truths. So Aristotle said to start with first principles. And the idea of first principles is, what do you know to be true? You know that you are over here standing with your friend, and that's the truth. And you know that you like the girl over there, that's the truth too. So you just kind of speak these into the world. That's the authenticity of it.
Jhon dice que la autenticidad se vale en no complicarse, es siempre hablar con la verdad. O sea, la gente generalmente busca decir palabras complicadas en esos momentos, y no, lo mejor, así según lo que entiendo, lo mejor es que tú hables desde la sinceridad, desde la autenticidad, y no solo con las mujeres, en la vida diaria.
Qué bueno.
No sé si decirle, me recordó mucho a lo que dijo una vez el primo Rojas, que muchas veces la gente exagera las cosas. Okay, yes, in fact, it reminds me an interview that I watched previously. He's an stand-up comedian from Colombia. It's called like Cousin Rojas, el primo Rojas. He told that sometimes people changes the language. In fact, when they are with their friends, with their peers, they talk with the slang, but when they see a person like a boss, they change it. And no, he said that a cool person talks the same with their peers, with their boss, with everybody.
That's right. Like we are hanging around with our friends, and we're telling jokes and dirty jokes and having a laugh. And then a pretty girl arrives into the scene, and all of a sudden we try and be cool. And so all that fun and that funny joking energy goes away. The smile even goes away. We're trying to be cool, and we ruin it by doing that.
Exacto. Jhon dice que lo mismo aplica con mujeres, que muchas veces uno bromea con los amigos y de repente llega una mujer y uno quiere verse cool, y en realidad lo cool se va en ese momento. Creo que mejor no lo puedo explicar, ¿no?
Sí, eso es bastante importante. Gracias por enfatizar eso. También hay otro libro de él que me parece interesante, que habla sobre, cómo nosotros los hombres probamos ante la conversación de las mujeres. Pero hombre, para ser más exacta en la pregunta, siempre se la he querido plantear, y es ¿cómo encuentras el equilibrio entre romance y la realidad en tus escritos? ¿Qué consejo daría a quienes buscan relaciones auténticas y apasionadas?
Okay, I love the name of this book and this question from Jhon. The book is, of course, what women want when they test men. But the question is, how do you find the balance between romance and reality in your writings? But also, what is the advice that you will give to somebody that searches for authentic and passionate relationships?
Well, again, go back to the simplicity that I talked about before, which is the balance in what I tried to write was my 50 years of trying to understand women. And I thought I had to be cool and had to say the right thing, and I had to have the right clothes and I had to have the right car. And you realize, in essence, none of that matters for women who are looking for a meaningful and engaging type of experience or relationship. And so all of that insecurity and all of that trying can go out the window, and then you become authentic just automatically.
Jhon, lo mismo, autenticidad. Dice que eso lo ha aprendido en los 50 años pues, de su vida, que otra vez, si uno finge, si uno pretende, todo se va por la ventana, Jhon. Entonces yo creo que todo se resume en eso, en la autenticidad.
Claro, y más que todo, lo más importante es que, este libro menciona sobre cómo nosotros nos creamos subconsciente de qué piensan ellas y todo, como la película Mel Gibson, lo que ellas quieren, pero siempre me causó algo importante y es sobre el desarrollo personal. ¿Cuál es la opinión sobre la relación entre la literatura y el desarrollo personal? ¿Cómo puede su lectura de ciertos libros influir en nuestro crecimiento?
What is your opinion about the relationship between literature and personal development? And also, how can the reading of certain books, your books and other books, like, I don't know how influence, I don't know how is the word in English, in our personal development? I think the question is more about the reading.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll tell you how I see it. We have so many self-help books or self-development books in this world now, in every language. And it's the number one type of book there is. And we think we have to read more books and take more programs to be able to understand ourselves and understand our role with women. But the kind of books that I think that we should read, the kind of books that I read, I think that we should read literature and some of the ancient books and the Greek mythology and literature and stories and adventure stories. That's where we really learn the lessons of life, in my mind.
I agree 100%. And I translate. Jhon dice que, y estoy de acuerdo el 100%, que ahorita tú sabes muy bien que el libro, el tipo de lectura favorito, el que más se compra es los libros de autosuperación o de ayuda. Pero él dice que en realidad lo que se debe leer y lo que él lee desde su perspectiva es mitología, la griega, obviamente, y los libros antiguos, la literatura antigua. Ahí es donde está todo. Yo estoy de acuerdo con él.
Muy de acuerdo con él. Además, fíjese que cuando uno intenta realizar un libro sobre seducción se da muchas cosas. A veces intenta involucrar el tema de la experiencia o no, o basándose en libros y todo eso. Pero yo lo que te digo, San, que me parece interesante todo lo que escribes y las conferencias que has dado. ¿Tienes algún consejo o recomendación de lectura específica para las personas que desean mejorar sus habilidades de seducción literaria?
Okay, this is an interesting question. Because sometimes when people and I've seen that this is about a personal experience of Jhon writing, and when they wanna write something seductive, they're always the dilemma. Okay, I write about my own experiences. I write about what I have read. So, what is the advice that you gave? I don't know. The readings, the recommendations, when somebody tries to write about that subject, the seduction, all those issues, man.
There's a lot of stuff written about it, as you guys know. And my book came from experience. I didn't learn from, when I was learning this stuff, there was no YouTube channel. There was no dating coaches. There's no pickup artist kind of energies or relationship experts. And so I learned everything straight from experience, and everything I learned from experience I put into the book, The Alabaster Girl. There was nothing in me. There was nothing that I learned or took from somebody else. It just was years of rejections and failing that got me to understand a certain thing. So mine's fully from experience. Other books, I don't know. I've never read any other books, to be honest.
In fact, we got in this channel writers that in another media, they try the subject. We got Eric Everhard. He's a adult film in the adult film industry, but he writes some books about his experiences. And Bruce Wagner. Bruce Wagner is one of the first ones. He's a screenwriter.
Okay.
And he wrote about many years ago than Californication and all that stuff. He wrote about the subject. Yes, but I will try that. Y Jhon got a question. Jhon, ya le conté sobre Eric, ya le conté sobre Bruce. Él dice que no ha leído lo de otros. Él dice que todo parte de su experiencia propia. Y todo eso está en The Alabaster Girl. Todo eso. Bueno. No sé si decirle también que acá estuvo el increíble actor Steven Sobolowski, incluso de...
También, sí.
Pero preguntan. ¿O qué quieres hablar?
Yo quiero hablar, bueno, yo sé que él tiene su experiencia y todo, pero ¿cuál fue ese libro o autor que más te inspiró en tu carrera? Que tú digas, la primera vez que yo lo leí, eso es algo que la verdad cambió y mejoró para el tema de la seducción literaria.
Yo creo que se puede sintetizar en cuál es su libro favorito. Me gustaría saberlo.
Sí.
Okay. And yes, and also we got the amazing Steven Sobolowski from Californication, but man, no more about books of those authors, but we need to know Jhon synthesizing this question, but I want to do it in another way. He said, what is the book or author that inspired you the most in your career as a writer? But for me, what is your favorite book and author, man?
I'll tell you right now. I read, like I said, stories of adventure. So the book that inspired me the most when I was 18, 19 was Casanova and his memoirs. You know, for me, that was, he wrote with such love. He had a love of his entire journey in his life. He wrote with it about adventure, and he wrote with a lot of excitement and happiness and delight from his memories. And I said to myself when I was 18, if he can do that, I want to do that too. So Casanova was number one for me, for sure.
Man, you brought me a memory. One of the couples that I loved the most was a girl that she told me that her favorite series was the Casanova one. We found it. There was only an episode on Netflix, but we watched it. And I want to ask you, what is your favorite adaptation of Casanova? There are more. I think the Fellini one, the one with Heath Ledger. But do you love more the book than the adaptations? Yeah.
Movies,
or series.
Or series. There hasn't really been anything that I think really captures him. Like I saw the one with Heath Ledger and stuff in that one, but it doesn't. It's not the way I imagine him. I haven't seen one that looks how I see it in my mind. And I've got a lot of books on Casanova. I got this one, for instance.
Okay, yes, show it. Jhon, ya viste que Casanova es su libro favorito, dice que ninguna película lo ha captado, y mira esa versión de
Adventure.
Ya, como Casanova.
The Life and Times
como Casanova.
Wow.
That's one book I have. It's a full book. It's a thick book, many pages.
Ooh.
You know? I think there is another version with Johnny Depp, but no, man. I think in this time.
You're thinking Don Juan DeMarco.
Yeah, no, Don Juan DeMarco. Yeah, you're right. But man, in this case, the book is better than the movies and the series.
Book is better than the movie.
Pues Jhon, ahí lo tienes, librazo.
Librazo, es un librazo. Ahí también en el tema del cine, él hizo voz para un cortometraje bastante interesante, bellísimo, que se llama The Hunter. Quisiera saber la experiencia, si desea explorar o ver su libro de Alabaster Girl en el cine. ¿Quién quiere que la dirija? ¿Cómo desea?
¿Tú sabes quién adaptó el libro de Bruce? Es que me gustaría para hacer la comparación. Él le escribió, él se lo iba a adaptar, creo que Oliver Stone, ¿cierto?
Ajá, sí.
Let's bring a memory. When I told you about Bruce Wagner, that he's the screenwriter from Maps of the Stars, amazing movie, by the way. When he wrote his book, the one that was going to adapt it, but doesn't happen, was Oliver Stone. We know that you did voices on the short film, The Hunter, but it somehow, correct me if I'm wrong, your book gets adapted. Do you got like a director on mind or like a casting on mind? Tell us more.
So turn my book into a movie or a series.
Yes, maybe.
Or a play, it could be a play. It's set up like a play. Yeah, I don't know. I always think about these things. I did the audiobook recently. I released the audiobook in my own voice. So it's 19 hours of me talking, reading my own book, which was not easy.
But it could be interesting. So I will tell to Jhon. Pues Jhon dice que más que cine, sí lo ha pensado, pero lo ha pensado más en una obra de teatro. Sería increíble. Y Jhon, está el audiolibro recién hecho, 90 horas.
Uy, 90 horas, buenísimo.
90 horas, buenísimo.
Y repítale sobre lo del Hunter.
Que nos dé una experiencia. Okay, Jhon wants to emphasize more on what memories do you got working on The Hunter?
I was just a voice on The Hunter, I think. So I was in a couple other films and movies. There's a Hollywood movie called Let the Game Begin. And I was I played myself in there like this much, very short. The Hunter, I don't remember that much. And I've done voiceovers for different things.
And what do you remember for Let the Game Begin?
I met a lot of actors on that film that were, pretty well known. Michael Madsen and Stephen Baldwin and yeah, but I learned how movies are made because it was filmed in Montreal and Los Angeles, and I learned how movies are actually made, and it was very interesting to me. And I spent I spent a few days or a week or so on set, and I'm not an actor, so I just kind of was myself the whole time. You can see it on YouTube, I think. Let the Game Begin. You can see it.
Jhon, parece que ese largometraje está en YouTube. Obviamente un elencazo. Dice que conoció pues a Michael Madsen, a Stephen Baldwin. Dice que él no actúa, entonces él fue él mismo en ese ese largometraje, una semana. En el de Hunter no recuerda mucho. Dice que ha hecho también más trabajos de voz, ¿no? No tanto en cine, pero ha hecho más trabajos de voz.
Qué bueno.
Long time.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Bueno,
eso hace mucho.
Dos últimas preguntas súper interesantes y es, primero, en el ámbito de la seducción literaria, ¿qué considera que es lo más importante para que las personas puedan tener éxito? Porque muchos dicen en las relaciones amorosas, muchos dicen que para mejorar sus escritos, su perspectiva.
Okay, I think this question sums it up everything you told us, but it's also again in the source on the writing about seduction. What do you think that is the most important for people get success both on love and on their books? I think the answer you told us before is authenticity, but if you got more to dig about, go ahead.
Yeah, it's all experience, right? You can learn you can read all the books you want and you can learn things, but you have to try and fail. You have to go talk to women. And in this modern age, nobody talks to women anymore, and women don't talk to men because you do Tinder and, and online dating. And so the idea of walking over and getting up your nerve and talking to a girl, that's kind of out the window, but there's no substitute for that. You have to keep going. You have to manually go into the land of women and try and meet them.
I only use Tinder twice and I close it, and I always laugh when my friends getting dates from Tinder because they are not dead. They always like, I screwed up your man. You don't talk to her. So I agree and I will translate. Jhon, más razón no puedo tener. La experiencia es hablar con mujeres, Jhon. Dice que ya no hay, pues oíste que dice que la gente ya no habla porque todas las citas son en Tinder. Le dije que tiene toda la razón, que yo siempre me río de mis amigos que consiguen citas en Tinder porque terminan sintiéndose mal. Claro, no hay profundidad, Jhon. Hablar directamente con las mujeres creo que va de cierta forma, pero de otra perspectiva con lo que nos dijo Eric. Pero entonces todo está en la experiencia. Y obviamente pues tenemos a gente que lleva años en eso, ¿no? Maestro.
Bien, bien. No, es un maestro. Por último, ¿cómo define su trabajo en una palabra?
Okay. Jhon always do that. Try to define your work, your body of work, in one word.
Beauty.
Oh,
man, hay que
bello, belleza.
Oh,
yeah.
Bravo.
100%. This is a book about beauty. It's about beauty in relationships, and we've lost the concept of beauty in art, in architecture, in relationships, in life in general.
Man,
yeah.
Man, Jhon, déjame decir algo. Yeah. The person that I was talking, the comedian, Primo Rojas, say the same, man. He not the same, but like he bases his work because yes, he's a comedian, but he doesn't do stand-up. He do plays in theater. Mm-hmm. He says that beauty is being lost, man. That in the architecture, in the way that we told, and sometimes that defines like the decline. He don't say in those words because he's a comedian.
Who's this guy? Who is
he's
it?
Called Primo Rojas. He looks like Carrot Top, but man, no, he's deeper than Carrot Top. He looks like Carrot Top because he got his hair. Like I will tell Jhon that shirt, but a feature, but man, you say it like in the way that it needs to be said, and I'm happy. Like, yeah, man, that beauty we need. We lost that concept of beauty. And I will tell Jhon, por favor, compártele una foto o algo de Primo Rojas, porque le dije que él también dijo que se ha perdido el concepto de belleza, el lenguaje, en la arquitectura, y pues yo creo que la foto final, John, tiene que ser con ese libro tan hermoso.
Sí, claro, vamos a tomar la foto.
And man, please, for the final picture, we need that book about beauty with you showing it. So please, go ahead.
Send me a link with the video of this guy that you're talking about. I'm very curious about that.
Okay. Yes, but how is your Spanish?
Not good. I learned it in Nicaragua. When I was in Nicaragua, I learned enough Spanish to get by, but I lose it. I lost it.
And that interview is really, the one that I am talking is really controversial because he doesn't hide his political views. But I think that is the only person he's from the extreme right, but he's a thinker. He's not an idiot shouting bad words. So all the people in the interview is like, no, but no, he's writing a lot. And of course, he used a lot of humor and sarcasm, and sometimes people doesn't understand. I will try. If I find an interview or he telling a play with subtitles, I will share it. But man, please show us your boot because we're going to take the picture.
Oh,
please show it. Yeah.
1, 2, and
and
yes,
I have 3 translations in Spanish.
Wow.
Volunteers that translate it. I would like to publish it in Spanish.
I wanna tell you a good news about the channel and Jhon and myself. Last week, the editors from Planeta, that is one of the greatest distributors here in Latin America, write us. This interview, I tell to Jhon, please, when you upload it and upload it faster than any interviews, show it to the people from Planeta because we need to showcase that we had interview with before a lot of writers from all around the world and our city, and also myself, I'm a writer. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the people of Planeta can do something. Jhon,
I would like it in the Spanish speaking world because I have a lot of people ask me for it, and my book sells pretty well in English, but I would love to have it in Spanish. And I have translations, but I need a proper translation, like a really nice translation.
No, and the book fairs from my country are great. So who knows? So I will tell Jhon, por favor, lo que te dije, sube esto cuanto antes. Por favor, compártelo. Le dije el partnership que tenemos con Planeta. ¿Quién sabe? Dice que tiene 3 versiones traducidas por fans, pero imagínate el libro. ¿Tú quieres leer ese libro acá o no?
Por supuesto, sí. Y que él venga a Colombia y me lo firme.
And hopefully, if that happens, please, one of the fairs of this country bring you here to Colombia and sign the book.
I'll be right there. I will come immediately. For sure.
I will show you also my book.
No,
and I will show you my book. No, man.
Yeah, I would like to.
Redes sociales, man.
Tell your social media so people can find you, buy your book, whatever. Know more about you, go ahead.
I'm easy to find if you look up my name, Zan Perrion, ZanPerrion. I'm on all the social media under that name. I have zanperrion.com, my website. But I'm easy to find. I'm pretty easy. And I live in Bucharest, Romania. I'm Canadian. I'm from Canada. But I live in Bucharest, Romania. Because...
Man, those castles, I need to see it. I think it goes very well with the histories. And
you guys should come. You should come here. You would love it. You would love it. I have many friends from... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, tell me. I need to know more about you. Sorry.
I have friends from many friends from Colombia that come here.
No, in fact, I got a friend
from Mexico. I have friends everywhere. Yeah.
I got a friend that studied on Hungary, but she always traveled to Romania, man. And wow, I will tell Jhon, vive en Rumania. Obviamente elige, imagínate esos paisajes. Dice que de una, que apenas el libro esté, lo firme y claro, Jhon, facilísimo buscar. Zan Perrion tiene página web, tiene en todas sus redes. No, buenísimo, Jhon.
Tiene todo, no, man. Gracias por la oportunidad y bueno, bendiga el canal, bendíganos, man.
Jhon says that I hope you don't ask her because he said he has the same thing to the musician Timo Tolkien. He said, I don't do that shit. But Jhon says that if you can bless the channel, go ahead.
Let's do it. That's fantastic.
Okay. Jhon nos bendijo. He blessed us.
No, increíble. San, gracias por la oportunidad. Tengo una gran semana. God bless you many. great women.
Thank you so much, guys.
It's
Thank
honor,
you.
man. It's honor forever. Welcome forever, man.
Welcome forever, yes.
Okay, thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys. I hope to see you in the future. Good luck on your efforts.
Hopefully. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Take
man.